He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Saints and the Bengals on Thursday night.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And they'll accept that penalty. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. And Shaheed going to go in motion. Operating from the gun. Spencer. Open man left side. Shaheed has it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Off play action. Spencer. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there at 22. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Mason going to get it on 1st down. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Looking to throw. Spencer. Throw out wide is incomplete. You talk about this Bengals defense. They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They got to be consistent.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Jordan on for the field goal for a 56-yard attempt.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. Burrow looking to pass. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
Burrow on play action. That's taken in by Franklin. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now it's Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
The slot man in motion right. And Burrow going to throw again. Open man is Higgins. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys that have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. 4th down, so Zach Taylor sends out the field goal unit. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
But ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Completes it to Hardman. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Spencer. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Straight ahead, here's Mason. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Off the play fake, Spencer. And he fires one incomplete. You talk about this Bengals defense. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
I was so proud of you in our meeting with the defensive coordinator because you asked the question that set him off. And all you said was, so what improvement do you need to see this week, Coach? And boy, he got fired up, didn't he? Takeaways. We need turnovers. Got to create them. Get so animated, jumped up in our meeting. It was fun to watch.
Somehow I always upset a coordinator in a meeting. Yeah. But they like you. The Saints at 7-2 here on the year. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. Back to throw. Spencer. He'll complete this one. Okonkwo. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
That's good. Another Saints. First
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Looking to throw. Spencer. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Back to throw. Spencer. And that one to the right side and incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down. Cade York on now for the field goal. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. York able to send this one through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team. Out onto the field comes. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie, and they start first and 10. In motion, the tight end. Now a play fake here on first down. Across the formation, Hardman gets the completion. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On the give, it's Mason. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time. As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play. And he is in for a score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jordan Mason with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points. This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. From the 31, here's the second down and 6. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Burrow will throw. Open man is Yoshibas. And out across midfield down to the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here's Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. Now a give, right side. Franklin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. And Shaheed going to go in motion. Off play action. Spencer. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's second down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. Only able to gain a couple there. And 3rd and 1 now. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Off the play fake. Spencer. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, they came up with points in their first two possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. A big completion there against double coverage. And Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got to pick me for? It's my turn now to make the big play, and that's exactly what he did.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and a yard. Up the middle they go. It's Franklin. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Franklin, and he is going to have a Bengals 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, a give to Charbonnet. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From midfield now, Burrow. That one caught by all, the tight end. Look at the big fella go. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are even at 10 apiece. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a Bengals score. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Starting the drive with Mason on the ground. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Spencer. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. As Shaheed going to go in motion. They'll look to throw now on first down. Open man is Duvernay. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
13 more yards. That's another Saints first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Off play action. Spencer. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Battle. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that first down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough. With a lot of polish, nice little buffing, this guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. All tied up at 10, 2 minutes left in the first half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Andre Yoshivas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
And this is so uncharacteristic for him this season. Back-to-back interceptions from the guys taking really good care of the ball so far this season. Got to give credit to the defensive coaches, the players on the opposing sideline. Excellent preparation, even better execution.
This one complete to Yoshivas. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Burrow. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over him. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
Now for the point after. And the lead is up to 14. One play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote a little Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Third down, here's Mason. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Open man is Chase, complete.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the...
Burrow looking to pass. Now a short one to Gesicki. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over
past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bengals offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. He's got Higgins over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. Franklin. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Franklin looking for a crease. Can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
On the give, here's Charbonnet.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Now it's Burrow. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
In motion goes the tight end. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12. He'll look to throw.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him.
They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
The Saints offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this 2nd half.
Now they'll go again with Mason.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
2nd and 11. He's got Mason complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
They'll hand it to Mason.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Spencer.
Over the middle, he has Okonkwo.
7 yards there and a first down.
That's another Saints first down.
Looking to throw. Spencer.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
On the ground, here comes Mason.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
Play action. It's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
2nd and 4.
He'll find Shaheed out to the right.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
That's good for a Saints. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Number 6 brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And Shaheed going to go in motion.
Off the play fake. Spencer steps away. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
The offense on third down tonight, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Spencer. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play.
Burrow will throw. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here's Burrow.
Open man is Yoshivas.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Up the middle they go. It's Franklin.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point. Second and 9.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now a short one to Gesicki.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And the slot man goes in motion left. And it'll be intercepted.
And the Saints are right back in this football game.
2-score game here in the 4th, and that kick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw. Spencer.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Spencer.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Offense.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Spencer. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. Down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. Well, it didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. and down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 6 at the States 6-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
It's a 6-yard touchdown pass.
And the Bengals add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. On the slant, he's got Hardman.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Looking to throw. Spencer
Locates Hardman for another catch.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. Well, we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's 2nd and 7.
Back to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Third down and 7.
They'll look to throw again.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB.
Open man left side. Shaheed has it.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 16.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Browning.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, Browning. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Here's Browning.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Devin Duvernay.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
On first down, Franklin. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Franklin.
And that one opened up for him well, as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 55 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Franklin. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Now Burrow. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. This one complete to Yoshivas.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for Cincinnati, the win form is number 6 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.